Another TV show recommendation. And what is this show for? And what is the show? Another British sitcom, but also one that I love. It's on Netflix also. And I think maybe the movie is... I know the second movie's on there. Can't believe they made a sequel. I didn't see it. I did see the movie though. I'll do a review on that later. But this show is called The Inbetweeners, created by Damone Beasley, Ian Morris, and stars... I think James Buckley is one of them. I'm gonna look it up. It's about these 4 people who go to a British public school, and it's cool. It's a pretty nice school because it's Britain. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But it's a comedy series that's basically awesome. I love it. Stars Simon Bird, Joe Thomas, James Buckley, Blake Harrison. Narrated by Simon Bird. Now this show is about four guys who go to this British public school. That looks more like that would be kind of pulled. That actually would really be more of like that to us would be more of an American private school because they wear uniforms. Now I know some British schools do wear, some schools in Britain do require uniforms, public schools, but still. Anyways, there's a named person. Simon Bird plays Will, this new kid to the public school who just had some issues dealing with a divorce, having to leave his private school, go to this school. He's not very respected. Then he meets a guy. Then of course he meets. I don't know who plays Simon. That's the kid. Then he meets Simon. Then he meets his friends Neil and Jay. I'm gonna look that up. Yep, got it right. Actually, I'm gonna say all their last names: Will Mackenzie, Simon Cooper, Neil Sutherland, Jay Cartwright. Anyways, I'm going to show you the people. See, Joe Thomas plays Simon, Blake Harrison plays Neil, James Buckley plays Jay. Actually, I knew that, but I forgot to tell you. Anyways, also there's some people who's like Mr. Gilbert, who is the head of the school, played by Greg Davies, and he is one of my favorite characters because he is so funny. I especially love, if you see some of his scenes on the show, he come off as kind of creepy, but he also come off as hilarious. Also, you have Carly D'Amato, played by Emily Head, who is this, like, Simon's crush, and he's seriously, it's always funny. But also, one thing I really like about, it's just about their misadventures, the four dudes' misadventures. It's just cool. I mean, there's a lot of cool things they do. I mean, bowling, family life, their staff, and even trying to get laid. And it's so funny. It's rated TVMA. It is on Netflix. It is fucking awesome. And it's undeniably one of my favorite British sitcoms of all time. I love watching this show. It is so funny. It is just so funny. And if you think if you are saying that British humor, oh, it's just dry humor, you will think wrong. You will start reevaluating that when you see this show. What is it? It's really a sitcom, but it's also a lot of cringe comedy. Cringe comedy is when they get humor derived from otherwise awkward situations. Stuff that would really make you kind of uncomfortable, but you laugh, not only thanks to good writing, but also to good direction. Hold on a minute. Now, I think Damone Beasley and Ian Morris wrote every episode of the series. Yeah, they did. They also directed a few, and that's it. They're not the only directors. There are others, but I don't care to look on it. You may just look it for yourself. I do like the theme song. The intro is just, an instrumental theme. Then it also has like how it does the introductions to the how it just introduces us to the character, the characters, and of course all that. Just the title sequence is pretty cool. If you like it, it'll just be entertaining. And overall, I love watching the show. It is so funny. Yay, it's hilarious. Yay. what I love about it, the cast is great. Their chemistry together is fantastic. Seriously, they have these great back and forth between each other. I mean, they have good chemistry. They get the laughs perfectly. I mean, Will is more of a straight guy, but he also has, I guess he has some degree of sarcasm. He has a degree of sarcasm, and I have to admit, I really thought he had some great moments. I love him so much. I mean, there are times where he's just where he tries to be so straightforward and shit. And it's just awesome. He's so entertaining as a character. He's kind of a loser, but I mean, they're all losers, so that's a good connection between them. So the fact they're all losers means that, hallelujah, they have instant chemistry. Neil is pretty stupid. I mean, he's not like the generic, idiot, or kind of maybe when you say like the stoner dude. I know there was a US remake, and from what I can tell, from what I heard from Watch Mojo, because it was considered one of the worst US remakes of British shows. Sorry, I'm itchy. But yeah, they made like Neil a stoner, a brain dead stoner. Neil, a sexed up Jonah Hill, like Superbad. Love that movie. Well, typical guy, typical American teenager. Simon, maybe just a regular loser, just generic. I never saw a remake, and I don't care to. I actually saw a few clips of it online, and oh god, is it terrible. The jokes fall flat. It just reuses. I saw, remember there's actually this one scene where, like, here's some British slang here, and I don't know what it is, because I don't know British slang. Yeah, there's like one scene where Jay calls these guys, people with the bus wankers. Like, bus wankers! I'm trying to nail the accent the best I can. But seriously, it's funny as hell. And then I saw the one with, the American accent, the guy with the American accent, the American remake, and he guys says, bus turds. Wow. That is just sad. Not only do you reuse a joke, but you revamp it to be American. And it sucks. Not only because of lazy, but also not because of the cast, but also because of lazy direction, and also the fact that you don't even care to make it funny. Sad. Anyway, book the pavement. One of my favorite quotes from Will. It worked perfectly. One of my favorite characters in the show is Jay. Jay is so crazy, so horny. Seriously, there's so much raunchy shit on this show that it gives you a run for your money for how raunchy they can be. It just works perfectly. There are so many great moments, such great situations and gags that are so awkward to them, yet to us, we're just laughing our asses off. I mean, I laugh my ass off so many times at this show. That's how much I love it. I mean, you laugh your ass off, you nailed being a sitcom. Because, I mean, you have to be funny. And a comedy has to be funny. The biggest sin a comedy can commit is that you're not funny. Inconsistently funny is another one, but at least you still have some sort of laughs. Some degree. So unfortunately, you're not committing, so the sin's not as big as just not being funny. Anyways, I'm just gonna flat out and say that I just love watching the show. I love saying that. I know I keep repeating over and over again, but I do. I love the show. Like, Jay is so crazy. He says a lot of raunchy dialogue, a lot of crazy sex dialogue. That just hits, though. It hits. It's so incredibly descriptive that it's uncomfortable. Yet the same reason how they're executing it with, like, also the accent, it's funny. It is so funny. Thank you, creators. You guys are awesome. Will is such an awkward loser. I mean, in fact, he gets bullied all the time. But I do admit, he has a lot of great moments, and he's even trying to be such a crazy dude. I mean, overall, he is awesome. He is motherfucking awesome. I'm gonna check the time on my clock for a minute. Yep, I say 15, so nothing really. But seriously, it's so funny. They get situations out, like all these awkward situations, really where all the humor truly hits, truly shines. That's actually just basically the humor. But also there's a lot of humor from a lot of crude, crass comedy. Like, I mean, knowing that from this, like sometimes some sex situations, but so many scenes will just left me laughing so hard. I was just I was never like, laughing out loud, gasping for breath. I was just chuckling. There are times where I just go on a flat out, just like laugh for a couple seconds. And my god. But there are things I have to be warning you guys are. This series is so crude. I mean, there are a lot of situations, a lot of gags that make you uncomfortable, but also it's funny. But seriously, some could be a little unsettling to you. There's a guy who pisses his pants. And yeah, that's a little gross. I can't believe I said that for you. I kind of spoiled it, but my god, if you have a weak stomach and you're not really a fan of toilet humor, especially the R-rated kind, yeah, this is not the show for you. Hell no. This is not for you, because I mean, this is really hard to sit through, but I found it uncomfortable times, but overall, I found it incredibly funny. I don't know what I would give it. Because, I mean, I didn't find any real slacking in the seasons. I still thought they brought a lot of comedy, but also they used a lot of cursing. I mean, this is what I love about BBC. They actually they don't really have any... I guess they really took off all the I don't think they had any censors when they were airing this on BBC. You know, when they were shooting it in Britain. Because I don't know what kind of censors they have there. So, except from the US, they probably just censor out the F words and all that crap. And that sucks. Although I've never been on BBC America. I never really watch it anymore. I used to watch Top Gear on that, but no longer. But this is a show I recommend you guys watch. Also, Neil, I mean, he's kind of stupid. He is pretty stupid, but also he's kind of a little horny, though Jay really steals it. Simon, pretty much an awkward loser. Seriously, he's just so awkward and trying to get with Carly. It's always funny. I mean, I never found any real low points in this series. It overall worked perfectly. There is some shock value in this series, I have to admit. You guys, they go pretty damn far for comedy. I mean, if you ever seen like Wolf of Wall Street, in fact, how graphic it was, there's something like that. Just not to that high degree, because, I mean, this is a TV series, not a movie. But there is some stuff they show that's kind of pretty graphic. So, yeah. Like I said, do not come into this with a weak stomach. You just can't have a weak stomach, because you might end up just grossed out, but you may also maybe be laughing at the same time. Maybe not if you're too grossed out that you just can't laugh, even if it's meant to be funny. Yeah. What would I give this rating? Okay, I'm going to go through more. I mean, there's some great secondary characters. There's a lot of great laughs. I never found any real episodes lacking. Overall, I found it very funny. There's a lot of cursing, too. And that's pretty cool, and I just found it to be always funny. They always deliver the laughs, and the cursing really helped really hit that punchline. It worked perfectly. The show's hilarious. It's very smart. It's a very unique look at friendship and the misadventures, and just just going through life in school, trying to get laid. It's just awesome. It's hilarious. It's one of the best sitcoms I've ever seen on TV. The best sitcoms I've ever seen. One of my favorite British sitcoms of all time. I think I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5, just like the IT Crowd. Because I mean, I did think that IT Crowd had some flat spots, but I love that show too. I love IT Crowd and this. I recommend you guys really watch this on Netflix right now. I think the movie, and I'm going to do a review for the first movie. I haven't seen the second one yet. I know it's on Netflix, but I'm not sure if I'm going to. I don't know. I may see it tomorrow. I may see it tonight. I don't know. Anyways, guys, have you seen the Inbetweeners? What do you think about it? Have you seen the US remake? What did you think of that? How does it compare to this one? Have you seen the British remake, or the original British version? And have you seen the movies? What do you think of those? Which movie's better? I'm just asking, because I only seen the first one. Comment below and subscribe to my channel for more videos.